Okay. What's our death toll looking like? 30 million there. It's slowing down, kind of. Refugee deaths is only at 10,000 and or so. We'll absolutely... if that keeps at that level, we'll be able to do this, I think. I'm still kind of biting my nails almost about that. Okay, are these policies still the ones I want here? Sickness, water stress. Yeah, it's mostly the water stress, I suppose. What's making that happen? Let's look at popular societal policies here again. I suppose you still want the relocation assistance, yeah. But we have one extra slot here for something now. How about you? Do you want the... Yeah, we can get rid of that now, it seems like. How about Southern Africa? You don't need it any longer. Okay, we are possibly doing this now. Okay, what's it looking like? 97% unemployment. How do we get the GDP per capita index to be higher? There's no way, is there? It's just doomed to be like this. Now, how about we get the higher education program, maybe? Maybe that? It's stable now. You are using not really any of those resources because you don't have any money. I wish I could get some technologies for you, but that's going to be problematic. Instead of growing agriculture, we'll try to get something that might get you back up on your feet, so to say. What would be that? What would that be? All sectors plus 5 GDP. Maybe? That... Hopefully I haven't doomed India to a perpetual poorness. So... North America is losing a whole lot of forests. It's because of the fire damage, it seems like. How about we ban something? How about... Wait, we haven't banned death rate exploitation. Let's ban that right away. We could also ban either of these. Maybe the coal production. Let's get India's regional support up. I suppose it's not really the education. It's at 0.75. So instead of that, we'll get the let's see here. What would we get? The advanced drilling techniques? Sure. Let's try to get some technologies to India. Have it catch up. Finally, maybe. Possibly. No way. Middle East. We have some negative emissions in some places. What can we do about Middle East? Super tensiles, maybe the super smart grids as well. Let's see here, what can we do? Coal is getting banned, so we'll just... Is it? Yeah, it is. So let's just decline gas power instead. Yeah. What's the water stress looking like here? 23%. It's not awful any longer. We might be able to go without something like the subsidized biochar thing here. Let's get the industrial carbon regulations or whatever instead. But the desalination, it ongoingly gets the thing up. By the way, speaking of water stress 17%. Suppose I'll get you enhanced water infrastructure. And maybe the start going toward the... there's no hurry. Okay, Middle East done, Southern Africa. Nothing here that I seriously want. It's the gas power. Still, it's... Uranium is at 40%. I suppose this might be the time to switch to electric cars. How about we start the industrial carbon regulations revolution as well. Instead of the enhanced water infrastructure, let's get the vegetarian revolution. That also lowers the water usage. It makes sense for me to do that instead. China. What would we want to do here? Let's start with the large scale capture and storage, whatever it's... Actually, what is the energy mix looking like? It's uranium and renewables, okay. So that's what it is like. It's all clean. We don't need to get more renewables here at any... There's no hurry with that, let's say. I wouldn't mind it, but it's not a primary concern of mine. You are declining those. How about your energy mix? It's workable. And there's Latin America. Let's just start all sorts of things here. You don't need to commit to renewables right now. How about... What's your water situation? It's good. So really we... what shall I do here? We could encourage private investments in India. Ah. Let's try to do that to get them up and running. Maybe. Minus 15% unemployment, but it's not really doing that. Instead we'll get the private investment, so that's fine. Okay, Latin America, Northern Africa done. North America, let's see here. Latin America, there's still something that we could do, isn't there? But what? We are low on money, so how about we just Tobin tax? Are you using gas power? Yeah. Not really, though. Not really. By the way, there's 25% missing unless my math is wrong. Where's that? Where has that gone to? I don't understand. Whatever. We'll get the vegetarian revolution ongoing, that's fine. Russia. Or should I get the... Let's get the protect land, soil and forests thing instead. Russia. Then nothing I want to touch, I don't think necessarily. India, Oceania, Japan, Europe. Anything here? Synthetic feedstocks, but... Let's get Tobin tax going on in Japan, for now at least. And instead we'll have the synthetic feedstocks in Oceania. By the way, what was the energy mix like here? It is 100% clean, so why am I committing to renewables? Well, I don't know. We could research something, but is that even worth it, really? How about we do some subsidizing of biochar? The fusion seems to come at too late of a stage for it to be much use at all. Of much use at all. Ah, and what do we do in Europe then? Do you need any water? Not especially. Let's subsidize biochar and I don't even know. We could have the artificial biomes. Or start researching. That might be what I want to do. How about that? instead. Let's get the... where... Was it materials and infotech research that I want? I think it is, yeah. Those two are what I want to research in Europe in this... Well, I suppose North America is kind of leading the race here. Is it worth it? Trying to get them a tiny bit earlier. Maybe. I don't know. We'll just do it. It's fine. And that is that for this turn. Yeah. Four degrees of warming. Expect an increase in disasters and permanent regional changes. Gas production rising. Only 5 million people died. Mars colony launches. Following an intensive recruitment and training phase, the first intrepid Mars colonists depart for the Red Planet. There is still an Amazon collapse. Yeah, we are getting some children in India don't know what a job means. Let's see here. Sick. We are no longer at the 100 percent pretty much. We might be able to turn India around now, finally. You still have famine, though. Right? Right. It's only at 25% sick. We'll instead have... how many people are working in agriculture? 18.5 million, whereas... yeah, we need more agriculture here. I feel like... next, I suppose I could ban the conventional oil. Yeah. You still require the relocation assistance, yeah. Let's try to get you some more education, I suppose. It's just... right now we just want... or education wasn't really your problem, though. Let's get the max capital index growth and plus GDP instead of these silly things. Yeah. Seems reasonable, and right now the third generation biofuels might be even more urgent than the dropping gas thing here. We didn't have many migration or deaths. Yeah, it's doing pretty well there. We are doing well. Any unstable regions? Nope. India's clawing its way back up after the disasters. Yeah, it seems reasonable to have these here. Southern Africa, China. What's your world stress? 36%. Also, before we look at any other silly things like that, we'll take another look at the cards. For example, Oceania seems to be having some joblessness problems. Yeah, pretty reasonable. This is still necessary. Middle East is also having problems when it comes to I suppose you don't necessarily need more agriculture there. Yeah. It might not be necessary. Let's get some more jobs here as well. To Russia. It seems to be safe still. What's the water stress and whatnot looking like here? 49%. We'll still have these going on. It's fine. Until we get to a reasonable water stress. We'll just evacuate the whole of Northern Africa. I always have to look at this because it's so ridiculous. Whoosh. Well, there's a whole lot of elderly still. That's something that hasn't dropped at all, pretty much. Okay then. What can we do now still? Southern Africa done, China not done. Just yet. So what? You have the... yeah, you are out of gas. Water stress is still a small problem for you. But we are doing what we can about that right now already. I wonder, are there any places that don't have conservation measures yet in place? We'll check. We could get the biotic decontamination going on as well. This place doesn't have India. We don't really have the time to be putting up those. Oh well. Southern Africa also doesn't have them. I suppose we'll stop these for now. I think it'll save how many we have. I mean, they aren't going to magically go back to being non-electricity using cars. Fossil fuel using cars. China done. Middle East. How come it takes so long for you to get the 4th generation nuclear? Or am I imagining things? Let's get that going on, even though it's not really even necessarily even going to be finished by the time this ends, but I still want to start that for whatever stupid reason. South Asia then next. Shall we get... I mean, you don't really have much water stress. Instead, I'll just get the artificial trees going on. Then there's Latin America. What are you missing? Not all that much. And you are already at, yeah, 100% renewable, that was it. What do we even... I suppose this lowers the amount of oil and all sorts of things usage. Oh, we can do that, I suppose. It's fine, it's only a small portion of the GDP. Fusion, maybe? I have no idea any longer. Or how about we didn't do anything with that money? Instead we do something else. Russia. How's your commerce? Yeah. You have to... that absolutely... I have wondered whether this and this stacks. Oh well. Yeah, that's fine. What next? Have we sent... We could get some moon bases or whatever. Okay, Russia, North America, India. Okay, what can we do here? Let's decline. No, but we already looked at this. It's behaving pretty strangely, that thing. We don't need it. In other words. Suppose we could get the organic farming as well. It does some give some benefit. Yeah. India done, Oceania. Then there's... what else? Europe. Well, I suppose we'll get the organic farming here as well. It's fine. And then there was Japan. Instead of the biochar, we'll get the organic farming going on. We have the Tobin tax. Stuff like that going. What would I even want here now? Pretty... there's no reason not to use all of our things, but all of our money, but it's there. It's fine, I think. Antarctic ice sheet collapsing. The West Antarctic ice sheet has passed its tipping point and is steadily collapsing into the ocean. It will take 300 years to disappear completely, but the world will feel the effects far sooner. 3 meters of sea level rise. Sea level rise has passed the 3-meter mark. Coastal areas are now under considerable threat. And Arctic methane continues to worsen. Death toll 10 million. It's still manageable. Okay, India didn't really gain or lose anything. I want to do a couple of things before... I can't afford that. Well, let's get the Tobin tax for now anyway. Nah, let's not look at that. How's India doing? Unemployed 92%. Few working in India. Waiting lists deadly and stuff like that. Okay, well, it's time to end this recording.